Hello, and welcome to Speed Gaming. It is Friday, January 20th, and we have another Super Metroid Zelda 3 randomizer. Today we have a co-op run on hard all 774 settings. So we have both players will be playing on. All players will be playing on the same seat, but they will be able to share info back and forth between the two of them, which can make things a little bit easy. As in you can have your teammate get reported on the
side
item
competitions,
info.
and I do
However,
a lot of
can make
multi-worlds
the
on
game
the
a little bit
side.
harder as
Not on the side as my main thing.
you don't always go off to those dead ends and grab those extra ammo and E-tanks and heart containers. Alright, and we're starting off here. Now I mentioned one runner was going to go straight to Zelda, and the other runner will be checking off the morph ball pedestal, and then the Brinstar E-tank item in the ceiling. Pretty standard. Most SMZ3s are we have our usual standard plays here. Alright, you see a shield on the Highland and Island. And then the Sanctuary has a missile. And just a reserve tank at morph ball pedestal. Or a trash tank, depending on who you ask. Alright, we see some first divergence with Farfaloo heading out west, going to check out the Lumberjack item. While Mega Kikaris looks like they're going to do Chris Houlihan run and get some of that early money. Tree pole! Oh, wow! It's lots of bombs there for a tree pole, so that's going to be very helpful for all of our runners here. And the spider also drops more bombs. So we're just loaded on bombs here. I did not quite catch this lumberjack item, so if someone can chime in, and we can tell. We'll be able to know if Aga is required or not. It was a reserve tank. Okay, so probably don't need an Aga, but it's still not. But still not completely ruled out, as Aga might be our Dark World access. Yeah, MM2 has some weird things going on. Another tree pole. It was arrows. Not as useful, but still nice. Alright, we have Farfaloo checking out the jail basement. Heart piece in Link's house. Ooh, we have the hook shot inside the basement. It generally is a required item for unless and then it does open up the eastern side of Death Mountain once Death Mountain itself is open. Ooh, and we see MM2 is going down, making use of those bombs to go into the basement. I mean the castle dungeon. Oh, and we found some power bombs and our regular bombs over in the village well. The regular bombs will be nice, as that gives us more bomb jumps and helps prevent any soft lock scenarios. Alright, Sky is trying to kill off these Moldrums away with just bombs. I don't think. Oof. Yeah, it didn't quite work out, unfortunately, for them. That makes me wonder if we'll have some early morph ball for some infinite bomb jump logic, or Phi, as the logic log would put it. And the merchant also gives out bombs. There's just bombs all over the place in this seed. We also saw bombs in the water of the dams too. So. Alright, well now we're about to see what the library item is. Just a heart container. I don't imagine the runners will go for it, but if they ever go by this area again, I wouldn't be surprised if someone grabs it. And we have flippers and gravity suit from the mini Moldrum cave. And then the racing game has some super missiles, some money in the back of the tavern. Gravity suit is going to be a nice find, although they can't really make use of it. Flippers will definitely open up a lot. It's going to open up the hobo and the ferry, the waterfall ferry, as well as one of the water Zora items. Okay, Farfalu is checking Eastern Palace, while Sky's going for Ice Rod. MO2 is not just open up their mini Moldrum cave. Ooh, Sky taking a test just outside the ice cave, so that's unfortunate. And then Mega is getting their super missile from the racing game. Okay, it looks like Sky is headed for the castle now. Yeah, those crabs are evil. They'll do 2 hearts per hit while you're in the green tunic. They're very deadly. Did not catch what Sauceros Hut, if that was anything, but we're going to see that again from Mega Icarus pretty shortly if anyone missed that. Ooh, Moon Pearl right at the Eastern Palace entrance. And we also found out the green pendants in Ice Palace. Alright, Mega Icarus is going to probably pick up their moon hole pretty shortly there, as they just entered Eastern Palace. And MN2 is glitching out some more, as they... I think there's been issues with the restream on there. Oh. But they are, we can see that they are checking out Hobo, which, let's see, hopefully doesn't get out for us. It's just a missile. Alright, Farfaloo getting out some rubies from the big chest of Eastern Palace. And if I remember correctly, Eastern Palace only has 2 items, so that's both items. Oh, Eastern Palace has 3? Okay, I have not seen a 3rd item for Eastern Palace then. Alright, we have Farfaloo checking out desert item. Go ahead and check out Aegina's cave. And meanwhile, we have MM2 and Nikita Icarus still in the Eastern Palace, in or about to enter Eastern Palace. Guys catching up by doing the village items. MM2 pick up their Moon Girl. To my knowledge, both Morse Ball and Sword is generally always set to random. And Farfaloo has a flute that I did not catch. That they're now activating. So that opens up Death Mountain. Oh, Aegina was a flute. Okay. Well, that explains why MM2 is going heading straight for Aegina. So Farfaloo is heading straight for east parts of Death Mountain, where there's a lot more, which makes sense because there's only like one check they can do if they head straight towards the top of West Death Mountain, since the location of the mirror is still unknown. All right, so I believe this is Paradox Cave that Farfaloo is in. MM2 is on their way to activating their flute. Over in Sky, we have Sky's checking out the castle dungeon, and Mega Icarus says looks like they're headed towards the hobo. And there's our Morph Ball. So that's a really big find for Farfalu, and as that opens up a lot of Super Metroid. As now Super Metroid's now all opened up, especially since they have Gravity Suit and Power and Morph Ball. So that's pretty much a large part. I think it's just like Norfair, if I remember. I feel that, Razor. I feel that. Alright, Farfalu is headed down Spiral Cave. MM2 is glitching out, but it looks like they're activating their flute. Sky is navigating one of the dark rooms. Oh, look, the Stikowsko escape, which was a super missile. And then, let's see, Mega Key Deckers is headed towards desert. Let's see, hopefully they'll pick up their... he'll stop by Agina's cave and pick up their flute. Alright, Farfalu is checking out Ice Cave. Thankfully with that hook shot, they can stun those crabs. Make them a lot less of a threat. And Screw Attack in the Ice Cave. So that's going to be a very helpful item for that. For the lower Norfair and just in general getting around. But with how far out it is, I don't think MM2 will grab. I don't think and MM2 will grab it. All right, MM2 is checking out what the inside of Spiral Spectacle Rock has. Just a super missile. They're gonna pass on that. Farfalu picks up their gravity suit. Immediate Carissa has activated their flute, with Sky just about to pick it up. Alright. Alright, Farfalu has started. Alright, how about we switch the audio to Farfalu as our first runner to actively start exploring Super Metroid beyond the Morph Ball puzzle, and they're going for a straight gauntlet check. A little bit low energy for it, but they do have Screw Attack for it. Screw Attack, and then a quick use of that super missile to take out one of those, so they don't get grabbed. And we see MM2 is instead going to go for a Kateria Power Bomb check. Ooh, yikes. Farfalu almost went, got locked out of one side of the back of Gauntlet, but turns out it was just a bunch of money. And Terminator has $300. That's probably a Zora bunny if we haven't already gotten it. Sky's looks like I think Sky is escorting the old man of the Death Mountain. Katera PBs only have a heart piece of a heart. Alright, so Farfaloo is headed towards the Brinstar reserve tank, where we did see the blue cane along the way. Whereas MM2 is instead headed towards Wreck Ship. Oh, and we have magic powder. Found by Farfaloo in the back of the reserve. Brinstar Reserve. Hard mode does allow for a suitless Meridia. Although it's not going to happen in this seat, since we did find a gravity suit early on. Now, if I remember the way it's set up, in hard mode, it only allows for the front of Meridia. Basically, basically has to be before Bulk 1 can be viably suitless, if I remember correctly. Ooh, and Charge Beam, right down there in the Edikuns area, where the E-Tank would be. That will reduce the need for ammo for all of our runners. And Spooky Missiles as our first glove. So I do believe we still need a hammer in order to, or another mitt upgrade in order to get to Dark World. So we don't have quite have Dark World access yet. Alright, MM2 is going to face off against Phantoon. Probably have to use Doppler missile strats here. Oh, a bottle for Farfaloo. Outside Mission Impossible. This guy is about to pick up their Morph Ball. Mission Impossible only had a piece of a heart. This guy has now. Looks like it's going to be a 3-round for my MM2's Phantoon fight. And we found Boots in Spore Spawn Supers. Boots in Spore Spawn again? By Farfaloo. So Brinstar is turning out to be somewhat loaded, it looks like. And MM2 picks up a crystal. Looks like it was the 6th crystal from Phantoon. I don't think he got it there. Oh, he did. Just a missile, though. Alright, we now see Sky in the Super Metroid. It looks like they're going to head towards Wreck Ship. MM2 is now clearing out the wrecked ships. He won't need to. So far, nothing too valuable yet. Oh yeah, let's see. Does Farfaloo stop by Retro Brinstar? Okay, they're going for it. Oh, Sky is not going for direct ship. They're going down to Alpha and Beta power bombs. Ooh. Oh, be careful, MM2! Oof! Spiky Room of Death. Cut him down to 64 energy. And unfortunately, Gravity Suit does not help protect against those spikes. Alright. So even in Super Metroid, all of our runners are doing some very divergent routing. So MM2 did find, looks like half magic at Wreck Ship E-Tank, but apparently decided they didn't care for it. While Farfalu found the blue mail at oh, I forget the name of it. Billy May's room, excuse me. Found the blue mail. Did not catch Kid Icarus is checking the back of the escape. Gauntlet. Nothing of interest. Sky is just finishing up the power. Alpha and Beta power bomb tricks. They're going into the rest of Terra Tower. Did not catch what items they got. Alright, Fireflu is leaving Retro Bryn. Going up to... probably going to check the Old Butter Brain location. While MM2 is checking the attic item. Oh, Alpha BB's had Varian Space Jump? Okay, that's some really valuable items there. That explains why Sky is now going for doing a X-ray check. So at this point, most of Super Metroid is pretty open now. Oh, Farfel is going to do a visual check of the Climb Supers item. And then there's our one single arrow over in the X-ray. MM2 was bomb jumping and glitching glitch bombing, I guess, to the Sky Missile. At this point, the only thing that's really locked out is just Baltwin and Dragon. From the Super Metroid side, we need either Ice Beam. Well, technically, if they're willing to do Crystal Flash Clip, Super Metroid is pretty much wide open. But if you're not doing the Crystal Flash Clip, we're looking at either we need Ice Beam or Speed Booster. If not, or ultimately they can go through the Zelda side, at which point they need to get Dark World access. And then be able to go access and go where the Ice Cave is in the Dark World is, on the Dark World side. Alright, MM2 is in bowling, and Farflu is about to check Bomb Chorizo. Oh, there's our first sword upgrade. And our first Bomb Chorizo fight. And we have M2 finding the fire rod underneath Bowling Alley. Sky is on their way to face off against Craig. Let's see if finds another super missile pack on the way to Craig. M2 almost missed the gravity suit item, but it was just a missile. They still went back for it though. Alright. Kid Icarus picking up their bottle outside Mission Impossible. So at this point... Now as far as go mode, right, it is a Super Metroid side still needs at least 2 more energy tanks. With assuming they did with Varia. And then they need to find a way to gain the... And then assuming they don't get one of the... If they're assuming they're okay with a Crystal Flash Clip. Just probably a few beam upgrades, so they're not having the Or some more super missiles for a Mother Brain. Oh, there's our... Oh, a Beta Power Bombs had the bow, which is a required item for the Eastern Palace, at the very least. Sky was unfortunately not able to get a quick kill on Craig, so we're going to have a nice dance with Craig. I believe Varia has already been found in Alpha PBs. And Craig just had a arrow upgrade. Alright, Fireflu is about to go and go for Fantin and probably clear their ship. Considering it wasn't anything too valuable, I mentioned they'll probably skip the most of from the top of wreck ship though. And if you can make it to make sense of what the MM2's glitch screen, they're going for X-ray. Probably gonna back out as soon as they see the single arrow there. Yep. We'll probably see a spacer check very shortly from Kid Icarus. Or not. Okay, it looks like both Kid Icarus and Scott are going to go for... Oh wait, okay, so Kid Icarus is going for Kraid. Sky is going for Ice Missiles. Or Ice Bait, excuse me. Oh, there's our Dark World access. Ice Beam had to hit the hammer. Although I imagine our runners are not going to go to back to Zelda anytime soon. They're probably going to finish trying to clear out the rest of Super Metroid. Although if they do stop by Lord Norfair, I wouldn't be so... I can slowly see the runners making like a dip into Zelda for some quick checks. Oh, there's the X-ray scope. Or at the missile near Ice Beam. Sky, does he like to pick it up? Wow, what energy. I mean, they still have reserve, but that's really close there for Far Blue. Was that the silver arrows? Could anyone else make out what was that? The reserve tank. It looked like it was air. I know. I could tell. I wasn't sure if it was silver arrows or just arrows. It looked like capacity arrows. Farfelu, watch your hold, please. Taking a hit from that fish there. Now they lost their reserve. At the moment, the hammer is more useful, I would say, because since it hits like a tempered sword, so it definitely hits a lot harder than that fighter sword. And of course, it gives you Dark World access. However, the Fire Rod could be a required item for, say, like Skull Woods or Turtle Rock, assuming that they're required. We don't know yet. Alright, M2 making quick work of Vom Chorizo, Farfalu's picking up their Alpha and Beta Power Bomb items. Sky was at Speed Booster, can't see what that was. Kid Icarus is going find their hammer, so that's going to be really big for Sky and the Kid Icarus. So that'll give them their info. And I just realized Mega Kid Icarus does not have Varia suit. They're about to die here. Oof. And they weren't able to see the item. Did they save at least? Oh no. So Kid Icarus is back at the ship. Hopefully that wasn't too much of a time loss. Well, since they're back at the ship, I imagine they're going to go ahead and grab that Varia now. Oh, MM2 is back at Zelda. And just check back out the escape. Did not see what they were. While Skull is checking out Norfair Reserve, just some missiles and money. Okay, so it was nothing at the Castle Escape. And apparently, oh wait, no. Oh, it just must have been that glitch of the screen transition, because it looked like they only had the... It lit up. I thought they had the lamp for a moment there. That's correct. There is no the current tracker does not have will not have one for Wave or Plasma Journal because they're not required to for Go mode, and well, there's very limited space for this tracker. Looks like Sky might be headed towards Croc, and they just did a glitch. To Croc. So that'll give us like, let's see, 4 item checks. We have the E-Tank, PBs, a missile, and then the grappling hook. Oh wait, there's a 5th one. In the missile right before the grappling hook area. Okay, so that's the first crystal. So we had a crystal from Craig. The Bank of Croc Escape has a heart piece. Oh, there's Quake from behind Crocomire. We'll see if that might be required for Misery Mire or Turtle Rock if we need to go to those dungeons. Oh, MM2 also found Spazer somewhere. Looks like Farfel farming PBs. Are they gonna? Is he gonna do a Crystal Flash? Actually, it was that low health. I wonder if Farfelu will think, well, I might as well just go to Meridia and just do the Crystal Flash script because I already am low on the health. Another red rupee in the Croc area from Sky. Kid Icarus is about to face off against Fantoon. And looks like I called it for Farfelu, is that they're now in Main Street on Meridia. I see a heart piece and it looked like it was just money in the Crab Supers item. We're about to see grapple item from Sky, and it's just some money. $300. Well, actually, I guess it's Zora and potion item money. Heart container above grapple hook, which is going to be helpful. Did not see what the cathedral item was, but MM2 apparently didn't care for it. Mom Turtle had some $20 and another item I didn't quite catch. Lots of things going on. Alright, so Sky's making their way out of grapple. Back to Croc. Probably going to grab the Croc escape item, or they might head towards down to Lord Norfair. Although that's kind of Tetris with only 2 items. Oh, we have Red Tunic. Okay, that's going to help a lot for the Zelda side, since we haven't found a lot of heart containers. And with co-op, you tend to miss out on a lot of them. Ooh, Beach had another bottle. Alright, we're about to see what Watering Hole has. And there's our mitts! Farfelu found some mitts in the Watering Hole. With some of the nice, was a bonus of some PBs. Which they might find helpful for the Crystal Flash clip. Speed booster was just $20. Now, Farfelu might go and do like a safe scum check of the 2 sand pits, but on the other hand, he could just go straight for Botwoon. Although you probably do a safety save regardless either way beforehand, or not. Oh, is he gonna do the snail clip? Yep, we're going for a snail clip. Oh, I did not know there was that spot work too. Then you can snail clip right there into the and to the Picaco Dex items. And that was a very good thing because he got it on first try. That was very good. Normally, that doing the snail clip is kind of difficult because it's like very picky. So you have to, the snail has to be on like it's like a 2-frame window if I remember correctly. Of the positioning of where it can be in order to get successfully be able to clip it up into the peacock with the items area. Alright, looks like the right sand pit didn't have anything of value. So, Farfaloo's resets. M2 is going for doing a lava dive. And glitching out some more. Sky has checked out the criteria PBs. They know about the not hard piece, while Kid Icarus is going to for the Wreck Ship E tank. And are able to get through the Spectre Room of Death without taking any damage. We'll see if they decide to go for the half magic or not. Left Sand Pit has a heart container, which is probably, but Farfaloo likes not to grab for it. And the Farfaloo did not reset. So I'm not sure what. So is he going to abandon Meridia? Well, M2 is about to face. Yeah, Farfaloo is not going to do a Crystal Flash split. Meanwhile, MM2 is going facing off against Gold Teresa, and which is making him glitch out like crazy. All right, Sky's going to go off and check Bomb Teresa and pick up their fighter sword, while Kid Icarus is scaling up to the attic of the wreck ship. Farfaloo is about to pick up their hammer. Yeah. Oh. M2. Oh, so we have Metroid item on the. Okay, so we need Ether in order to access Misery Mire. I did not catch what the any other dungeon prices though. E-Chain, Cannon, and then the Ether Medallion, and the Misery Mire hut. That's literally like having the keys under the mat. Having the house keys right under the mat. But Misery... It's probably... Okay, so Skullwoods probably has Crystal 5, because I'm pretty sure we saw Crystal 6 from one of the Metroid bosses we cleared. But MM2 just decided not to go to... I lost my train of thought. Okay, so MM2 decided to go for Height Cave, and unfortunately, I did not see the last two items because they glitched out on us. Farfaloo's in Skullwoods. So both runners so Team MM2 Farfaloo have elected to go back to Zelda now. Yeah, Mystery Mario was a SM SM token. That's the only one I saw. This Gold Pyramid has a super missile. And with the help of that fire rod, Farfaloo's gonna head towards the boss of Skullwoods. Oh, MM2 is going for the catfish. Meanwhile, Sky is still kind of catching up on getting some items that we have already seen. Sky's picking up Eddie Coons. Looks like they're just catching up on what the other players found. This guy's just picking up the charge beam. Kid Icarus is just leaving gravity suit room. While Farfalu is having made a very quick work of the Skullblitz boss with the hammer, which has to be hard because that's a really awkward fight. With how short range the hammer is. Alright, MM2 jumping in the whirlpool and is headed towards... Oh, are they headed towards the back of Meridia? Hopefully they don't die on the way. And then Farfalu is checking out another chest for... Oh, and there's Plasma Beam! So if Farfalu decides to go and grab X-Ray, that can give them Microwave Beam, but I don't think they will. Alright, so MM2 is going went to the back entrance to Meridia. Is picking up the Bop 1 E-Tank, which is rather vanilla, but there you go. They needed that E-Tank. So MM2 has about 5 E-Tanks. I'm not sure. Farfalu, last I checked, had only 1, but that might have changed since then. And a quick check on Sky and Kid Icarus. We have Kid Icarus doing it. It's making their escape was out of the bomb trees while Sky just did a wave gate run. Wave gate E-Tank. Ooh, and MM2 finds another E-Tank outside at Precious. One more E-Tank and he'll be able to do a stand-up glitch on Mother Brain. And they're now, MM2 is about to face off against Dragon. A little bit more annoying if you don't, since we don't have Speed Booster, but we can see MM2 running back and forth. I don't know, maybe he's practicing the short charge. Farfalu is picking up exploring the town of thieves, picking up those items. Just pick up the C-shaped hut item. I have no idea what that was. But the treasure minigame had 10 arrows. Oh, MM2 is going to do a grapple quick kill on Dragon. Unfortunately missed their first shot at the grappling electricity. Okay, so C-shaped hut had nothing. Alright, we're about to have one electric fried cooked shrimp. Courtesy of MM2. Sky is going into Billy Mays. Which had the blue mail, if I remember correctly. Yep. And Dragon just had a bomb capacity upgrade, so not worth really grabbing. I mean, it's nice, but you don't need it. I mean, personally, it's just having a few capacity upgrades for arrows and bomb capacity is a nice quality of life. But no way are they necessary. Personally, I would say half magic is a bigger jump in quality of life. Oh, Kid Icarus is going for the heart container in the library. MM2, are you gonna grab that left side sandpit heart container? Oh, nope, he's not. Well, it looks like MM2 is gonna grab the other items for Meridia. Yeah, they're headed for the watering hole, since that's where we found the Titan's mints. Kickers is going for another chance. Now picking up their hammer with now that they have the Vario suit. No need to worry about the heat killing them. Alright, M2 has their Titan's mints. Alright, Fireflu is about to pick up the Dam's mole in the dungeon of the Thieves Hideout. Just a missile. What they go for? Let's see what the big chest has. PBs. Okay, looks like MM2 is headed towards Norfair. Either they're gonna head back to Zelda, or they're going to maybe they'll head for Ridley. We have Farfalu heading facing off against Blind. Made very quick work of the first head. Oh, okay, so MM2 is going against Greg, getting that token, crystal out of the way. Alright. Farfalu is able to make quick work of the all three heads, even as it became a bullet hell. Jedicarus is making use of the Thieves' Town portal. Now they have that hammer. Looks like they're gonna go through the Town of Thieves. Gonna do all their checks there. Nothing of value that I recall. Alright. Oh, okay, so Farflu's going for the digging game. I would have thought he might have considered doing the, Oh wow, first try. The first hole. The first hole in the digging game gives him the item, which was just PBs. Now, since he does have both the Titan's mitts and the hammer, as well as the boots for that matter, I mentioned Farflu might go and do the blacksmith game. He just found the blacksmith, as well as do the items around the blacksmith, and he has magic powder as well. So they should go to, so that would open up magic bat too. Looks like Farflu wants to go and check the lost boy there. Farflu, what about the blacksmith? Oh right, he doesn't have the mirror. So he's thinking of doing the digging. That's probably why. So okay, so we're checking the King's Tome. Yeah, since he didn't have the mirror, he had to do a save and quit in order to get back to the light world with the dwarf or blacksmith. That still lets him get the blacksmith item, and then check the well, and then he can use the portal to see to check the dark world side for Oh, there's the grappling hook in the underneath the pile of rocks in the sanctuary. The hammer, and then actually doing this is probably a better routing because that way, when he goes back to the Dark World side of where the Smith3 is, he can then grab the blue chest. Alright, Kid Icarus has just did Hype Cave. Sky is doing just got out, finished the attic, is now come back check the Smith Sky Missile. Oh, like they already looks like Kid Icarus already checked it for them, so they're just grabbing the fire rod. Oh, we have MM2 checking the dark. This on the Dark World side of East Death Mountain. Checking Hookshot Cave, found Spring Ball, Powerful Loose. Gave some the bat powder and got $5 for it. I think that bat's a little bit cheap. Give him a nice powder, and he's just like, nah, $5, man. That's it. That's all I'm giving you. I mean, I would think that's some very nice powder. I think that would get a lot more than $5. Oh, M2, are you gonna check the Spike Cave? Oh, yeah, M2 is gonna check the Spike Cave, making use of that blue cane. Might as well, since you're in this area, and it is really out of the way. Alright, Sky has their fire rod. Alright, Starful is about to check, Ooh, MM2 died. Did he grab the... was he able to get the check out, though? Oh, just a missile down there. There are far for the knocking down all the pegs in near Smith3. Alright, Farflu has the blue chest now. Let's see if it can quit to get back to the light world. Well, MM2 looks like they're using the Misery Mire connection to get back to Lord Norfair. So they're probably going to go ahead and take out Ridley since we have plenty of E-tanks. Although I imagine they might restock on Silver Missiles along the way, since a charged suit Spazer is not going to make for a... it's going to make a long Ridley fight. Let's see, meanwhile, Farflu looks like they're going to do the Zora area. Guy just headed down, is leaving the bottom of the Red Tower. Maybe they'll do Spacer check. Kid Icarus is doing the Thieves Town dungeon. Alright, Farflu is doing the Zora check, while M2 is doing a Mickey Mouse check. It's just a heart piece for in the Mickey Mouse. I will double second that Misery Mire had a SM token. Alright. MM2 was able to get down into Lord Norfair more easily, and thanks to that screw attack. Otherwise, those Musketeers are much more dangerous otherwise without it. And the PBs, a shame, have mushrooms. Barflow's gonna just grab a super bomb. Kid Icarus is in the back of the Thieves Town dungeon. Needs to open up the hole in the ceiling. Sky is in Meridia. I presume they're going to do all the Meridia checks that we saw earlier. Yeah, they're headed towards the watering hole. And grab up. That'll give them their Titan Spins. Alright, Fireflow has opened up the Gold Palace, bombs, and threw in some. Got about and a heart piece container. Alright, Sky has their Titan Smiths. Make it MM2, as I called, is farming up some more supers. Now they have 28 supers. That's not enough to kill Ridley. You need 30 supers, if I remember correctly. But he also has 55 missiles, and if you charge spacer shots, should be plenty. And Farfel is headed towards the Palace of Darkness. Sky is headed towards on the Pink Aqueducts. And MM2 makes quick work of Ridley, abusing his pogo behavior. Trade boss token from Ridley. And Ridley was just guarding a pack of missiles. It looks like Sky just got the snail clip as they pick up the heart container from the Pink Aqueducts. Alright, Kid Icarus is now has the maiden, about to face off against Blind. And is making their escape from Lower Norfair. Sky is doing a sandpit check. I didn't realize something. Shack Tool is in Logic. So I'm wondering, is it possible that Shack Tool might have a gold mode in? Although, as far as gold mode items that's left, I think it's just Red Cane. For Turtle Rock. Quake for Turtle Rock. And depending on what the Tower of Hera was, we might need the beer. Okay, so yeah, we don't. Okay, so we don't need the beer for that one. Oh yeah, Desert Access. Yeah, that's a Metroid token. So either the mirror or the Book of Adora will give us Desert Access. Alright, Farfelu is having to navigate the dark room maze. It does, was that some silver arrows? Oh, MM2 has the mirror. Now, technically, on the lantern is also required logic, but both over. Oh, bad catching net and pod big chest. But generally, in most cases, it's not. It's relatively easy or not too difficult. I should, at the very least, to just navigate the rooms in the dark as long as you have something to help you keep track of where you are, like a sword. Or, although I will say that if you don't have the lantern, getting that cube for the room, using the command of Samaria in that dark room, or Misery Mara, is really kind of difficult. Well, since M2 somehow found a mirror that no one not cache, he's doing Desert Palace now. Ridley had a missile. I do not remember where Ice Rod was found, but I do remember someone commenting on it. Maybe I think it might have been where Screw Attack is. We'll see. We'll have to watch where, or see if Farfelu now has an ice missile, and or watch a sky screen. Yeah, let's watch Sky. See if he finds Ice Rod in a sec. Yep. Screw Attack has Ice Rod. Wow. The Desert Palace boss seems like they're trolling at him too. He killed the first one real quick, but then after that, they just started trolling him. But M2 does eventually get the win. Grabs a Super Missile Pack, and then I believe it's a Metroid token? Yep, Metroid token from Desert Palace. Meanwhile, we have Farfelu on their way out to face off against the Silver Medal Pirates on their way to Ridley. Kid Icarus is in Eastern Death Mountain. Looks like they're about to take the portal to Turtle Rock. While Sky is checking the back of Sasura's hut. Which just has the memo. And then Turtle Rock required Quake, which I believe we found. Yeah, we found Quake, I'm pretty certain. Which Sky has, which is behind Croc, if I remember correctly. Now, I don't believe neither MM2 or Farfelu have faced up against Croc, so they currently don't know they need that to grab that Quake medallion. So that could actually turn things around between these two teams if MM2 and Farfel are sent off on a goose cage. Trying to find Quake. Kid Icarus picks up Spring Ball from the Hookshot Cave. Sky, did you just pick up your pearl just now? M2 just explored K46, I believe it is, referring to the cart piece container number. Looks like it was just a set of bombs. K45, correct. Thank you. Oh, looks like MM2 is going to do Swamp Palace. As they're getting ready to drain the water. Kid Icarus make use of a portal, and it looks like they're going to head for Pod. Sky looks like they're about to clear Eastern Palace. Oh, was that it was Mirror and Fireflies? Was that it? Okay. So for the most part, although we are seeing one of the downsides to playing co-op is that since you're not doing as many item checks, you don't get as many E-tanks, and you can see that Farfel still only has 2 E-tanks. Although they do have a reserve tank, so he can still. I believe it's still possible to clear him out of brain, but he'll have to manually. I think if you're unlike normally, you have to manually refill your energy. If you don't have to survive the rainbow beam. All right, Farfel is about to face off against Karok. So he'll find the Quake Medallion for MM2 and themselves. And of course, Karok is sounds very easy if you have charged plasma. Just takes 2 shots at most. It's only because the first shot might glitch out and will cap itself on how much damage he'll take. Oh, looks like an MM2 is going to do Diver Down with bombs. Mess up. Looks like. There he goes. Gets it on the second try. Looks like the first try. Then he got it side wrong or something. There's the compass. Oh, there's another E-tank for Farfelu. So that should put their SM health situation in a much better spot. That should be. I believe he's up the. That should be enough. You should have plenty of energy at this point. Alright, MM2 is facing off against the boss of Swap Palace. Unfortunately for MM2, since he only has the fighter sword, he is having to do spin attacks in order to be able to kill those wherever those sponge thing is shielding the boss. I believe that's Samaria? Yeah, I believe that's correct. A sword and Samaria. Anything else beyond that is just like quality of life. No, admittedly, it could be a big quality of life because like that plasma, like a charged spacer is not going to make for a comfortable motor brain fight if you don't have enough super missiles. Oh, MM2 glitching out again. Is it on his screen or is it 3 stream? Nope, Sky's headed off towards Ridley. The Chris is still is finally in the back of pod, so they're on their way to the Chemosaur King. Alright, Farfaloo picks up their Ice Rod. Looks like Farfaloo's gonna dip into Misery Mire. Might be hoping that he finds the Cane of Samaria inside of it. I think. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember that. I remember calling that out. The silver arrows in the dark maze. So that would explain where Kid Decorator got his as well. Which, speaking of, Kid Decorator is going ahead and use those arrows to quickly kill off the Chemosaur King. Sky is about to face off against Ridley. Farfaloo about to do the maze that is Misery Mire, and MM2 finds a sword upgraded in Swamp Palace, so they now have a Master Sword. Well, Riki and Misery Mire is a very early fight, like second chest, I believe. Alright, MM2, what are you thinking? He's headed towards Bubble Mountain. Is he going? I mean, he already cleared Ridley, so I'm not sure what MM2 is doing here. Is he grabbing items that Farfalu found that he didn't pick up? Okay, right. It's just that right. MM2 is getting Quake. It's just that because he doesn't have Speed Booster, he's having to take a roundabout route, and that threw me off. Oh, Farfalu found another E-Tank in Misery Mire. If it looks like it was found, I believe that's where you normally get the B key for Misery Mire. So that's going to make their mother brain a little bit easier, or at least more forgiving. And M2 doesn't have plasma, so they're going to have to do kill off Crocomire the old-fashioned way. Still not that hard once you know how to do it. Sky is about to pick up Deermere. Although they might want to watch out there for their health, because they have less than 100 energy. Although they do have reserves, they should be fine. Not to my knowledge. No one has cleared Mire. Blue Boomerang spotted at the Lower Norfair jail. No, I don't think anyone's going to go for that. Too much of it's a bit of out of the way grab. Looks like Farfalu's about to do Swamp House themselves. Get that sword upgrade. As well as that other Metroid token. Pendant Ice will be kind of evil if you ask me. Or if it's a green pendant and the Ice Rod and Samara is from the Old Man. That would probably be even more trolly. Worst case scenario, the cane's on the pedestal. Alright, so MM2 did found 2 items to Tower of Era, and I think they're really happy because they now have his Tempered Sword. I think it was in a previous run where he commented that he didn't really care for the Gold Sword, but the Tempered Sword is like, that's where he's happy. Because that's a big quality of life over a regular Master Sword. Probably because, if I remember correctly, Zelda players can probably correct me, is that if you just have the Master Sword, you'll have to do a charge spin against Ganon. But with Tempered Sword, you can just do a normal sword swing. And we found us, when we found Wave Beam at the... Was it Spike Cave? It looks like Spike Cave. Farfalu's picking up their Master Sword. Just a missile pack on the other side. Speed booster is not required. Just it's just a quality of life. I mean, high jump is, in the end, just a quality of life item. Oh, that's a good point. Waterway, there is the waterway check as a Paul, and if Samaria is in there, that makes speed booster required. So the even worse scenario is that the pedestal had speed booster, and then the Cane of Samaria is in waterway. That would make, which to be honest, from what we're seeing, it will make this feel like a jet seed that turned into a troll seed. Oh, Sky's just turned into Toadstool. We'll see if the mushroom has what the mushroom gives us. Just a power bomb pack. Alright, number 2 is going to do the Thieves Town dungeon. For that crystal, Farfalu's facing up against the Swamp Palace item. Swamp Palace Sound Boss, excuse me. Kid Icarus is doing a Skull Woods dungeon. Looks like they just started it. They're in the coming in from one of the where if you follow one of the first holes, picked up a compass. Now Sky is floating over to the Eastern Palace area. It looks like they're about to do pod, as they're taking the portal right next to the drop-off location. And they do have a meter, so they might, well, they already have, the Eastern Palace cleared, according to the tracker. So they're probably just, yeah, so Sky's just gonna do, Eastern Palace. I mean, excuse me, just the, Palace of Darkness. I'm getting my words mixed up. I think there was one more item besides silvers in pod. I honestly forget. Which makes sense since Shack 2 on Plasma are far out of the way checks. Spring Ball was in Hookshot Cave. Oh, Farfel was able to get that grapple kill, a very quick grapple kill on Dragon. Kid and Curse is trying to use the fire rod to kill the boss of Skull Woods. Although it looks like they're getting trolled by all the moving spike blocks. Sky is trying to do for a rather precise bomb jump to the big chest and pod. I imagine they're trying to get to the silver arrows. Unfortunately, they don't quite make it. Oh, it looks like Farflu might do it for go for a plasma check, as they're taking the shortcut that leads to it. Alright. And then that leaves MM2 headed towards the boss of Skull Woods. Sky is still trying to get this bomb jump, which is oh no, it looks like they gave up on it. Which is it's kind of understandable because a lot of the skips, and it does feel like a lot of the skips in Zelda is kind of more you need to be in the position needs to be in the exact right frame. And it looks like the Candace of Mario was in Plasma. Which, if I'm not mistaken, that gives Team Farflu and M2 gold mode. I do believe this does give both our team left side go mode. Well, they probably would want to find a lamp the most. In terms of quality of life, I would imagine they will want to find the lantern, since Turtle Rock and Mystery Mire without the lantern feels rather difficult. Oh, M2 has lantern? Then yeah, there's not really much they need at this point. Anything else they find is just quality of life, whether it's movement, like getting speed boosters and high jump boots. Let's see, Ice Beam would be quality of life for getting through past the Metroid and making your Your charge shot a little bit stronger for Mud Brain, but then you do have super, so you probably would want to use that first. I suppose you could get Gold Sword, but that's I don't think that helps our runners quite as much as for at their skill level as it would for a newer player. Half magic might make things make the management of the magic meter a little bit easier, but they already decided to skip that, and they can always just have, excuse me, just fill their bottles up with green potions from the fairy fountain nearby. Assuming they actually opened up the gold pyramid like Barfoot did. Alright, so Farfalu is about to finish off Eastern Palace. MM2 is about on their way to pick up their cane. We see Kid Icarus is facing off against Dragon. Hopefully he decides to check. They decide to check a plasma after they go into their kill off Dragon, and instantly Kid Icarus is not doing a grapple quick kill. You're just killing them off with ammo. And then we see Sky in the middle of Swamp Palace, just floating one of the first chambers after hitting one of the switches. Alright, Farfalu has cleared Pod. MM2 now has their Cane of Samaria. And MM2 pick up Plasma Beam somewhere. Plasma Beam almost without me noticing. I mean, I do remember seeing it before when Farfalu picked it up, but I didn't think it seemed like a location where I didn't think MM2 would go for it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, right. So it was a free grab. It was like, but do you really, wasn't sure if it was worth the time getting. But it's relatively, it's not too long of a grab. So it probably, so I guess it was like M2 is like thinking, might as well grab it. Yeah, M2 has wave plasma. He's just missing ice now. Ice is the only Oh, Kid Icarus is checking Plasma Beam Room. So that they're gonna find the Cane of Samaria for Sky for Team Right Side. While Sky is finishing off. Hey, did Sky and Kid Icarus both? Well, okay, Kid Icarus has not yet. Okay, Kid Icarus has just picked up the Cane of Samaria. And I just noticed, but did Sky skip the sword upgrade? Or is the tracker not still lagging? Alright. Farfalu just opened up this Turtle Rock. And I did not know you can pull on the paws of Turtle Rock. So Sky did not pick up the sword upgrade in Swamp Palace. Oof. I did not realize I did not notice those paws are a tree pull. Sky missed the sword upgrade in Swamp Palace. So that might hurt, especially if they don't do Tower of Era, which is a pendant, so they're inclined to skip it, which only leaves one more sword upgrades out there. So Sky and Kid Icarus might have a bit of a much harder. Ganon fight. That makes sense when I think about it, because left side Swamp Palace is a little. It's only 2 checks, and it's a little bit out of your way. Not to mention, you have to kind of loop around, assuming you're not really good, you don't know the trick for it, to make sure you have the right bomb block. The orange blocks are lowered. This is perhaps unfortunate in this case that Sky could use that sword upgrade. I imagine that for Sky and Kid Icarus, they'll probably might end up finding either just settling for the sword upgrade in Tower of Era, or they find the 4th sword upgrade and just have to master Ganon. If they don't get both of those upgrades. Okay, looks like a team left side have decided to split their efforts here. Farfalu is doing Turtle Rock. Just picked up the big key. While MM2 is just opened up Misery Mire. It's gonna clear that dungeon. For the two. MM2 is going to be joined in Misery Mire by Kid Icarus. And Sky is over outside Ice Palace. I know what Sky's doing. He's headed towards the back of Meridia. He's going to face off against Dragon and then pick up his Cane of Samaria. And then Firefly will pick up the big chest and see what it was. Sounded like it was something nice. This is Bone Key. So, not exactly nice, but something important. And there's our Ice Beam inside Turtle Rock. So we'll have a full beam combo for MM2 at least. And presumably Farfalu, assuming he picked up Wave. Looks like the bridges and the laser bridges didn't have anything of value. Just some more ammo. Alright, Sky facing off, about to face off against Dragon, MM2 facing off against Giant Eyeball in Misery Mire. Farfalu is about to face off against the Turtle Rock boss, and we have another Eyeball boss over in Kid Icarus. Look at that, people. 4 bosses on screen. 3 of them Zelda bosses. And then both Kid Icarus and M2 kill their bosses at roughly the same time. And Farflu gets to phase 2 of his boss shortly thereafter. And now it's dead. And then Sky kills off Dragoon just a second, like 1 second after that. So 4 sync bosses fights, 4 sync boss deaths. Give or take a few seconds. We'll just call it blame lag. Alright. With that, I mentioned Farflu and then M2 are going to be switching. Or wait, or did Misery? Oh wait, no. Since Misery Mire is only a Zelda, the Metroid token, Farflu could go ahead and enter Ganon's Tower. Because the other crystals were by the Metroid bosses. So, Farflu is about to enter Ganon's Tower, while MM2 is opening up again, Turtle Rock. Meanwhile, we have Sky on their way to Plasma to pick up their Cane of Samaria. Kid Icarus is on their way to face off against Ridley. For Farflu, I guess if people want to go and start guessing their counts for the big key, if it's 1 or 2, you already lose. So took a look at the first 2 keys on the right side. That wasn't it. 3 is not it. Alright, we got 4 more here. There's... Oh, that was, what, 4 or 5? I lost count. It was 5. Okay. Five chests. That was a really quick big key find. So at this point, Farflu looks like they're just like, okay, I'm done with this. And he's just going, just heading straight for the end. From back, I mean, your logic is sound there, the Amethyst. See, oh, you guess Bob's chest? Oh, you usually guess a specific chest instead of the order checked. Oh, missed that last enemy by a hair. Alright, Farflu face being having their rematch against the Sandworms. While does MO2 pick up their big key. Kid Icarus is facing off against Ridley, making use of those super missiles. And Sky, are you really gonna go and face off against Ice Palace? Sky, why are you doing that? Ice Palace. What are you doing over in Ice Palace? Okay, you're not doing Ice Palace. Okay. I was getting worried there for Sky there. It was like, Ice Palace would be a big waste of time. Okay, looks like Sky is gonna do Skull Woods and then Thieves Town, I'm guessing. But then after that, let's see. He needs to do he still needs to do Desert Palace, and then Turtle Rock, Misery Mire and Turtle Rock. While Kid Icarus, you see, he got Misery Mire. He needs to do Swamp Palace, Eastern Palace, Desert Palace, and then Turtle Rock to get there. According to get their boss tokens. Farfalu's trying to be very careful with Troll Dorm, and is able to get it, and is able to get them cleared into spin attacks. Alright, Farfalu's facing down. Farfalu's facing off against Aga 2, Kid Icarus, pick up their mirror. MM2 is about to face off against Trinex. I believe that's how you pronounce the name of the Turtle Rock boss. And we have Sky facing off against the Butterfly Mothra of Skull Woods. So we have triple boss on screens. Actually, I make that double because Farfalu just killed Aga 2. But then again, depending on your point of view, Aga 2 is just another phase of Ganon. So Farfalu is going straight in against Ganon. And apparently Ganon can't count because he says that Aga was defeated twice when we skip Aga 1. MM2 heading off against it's about to start their climb up Ganon's tower. Sky pick up their next their 6th. No wait, 5th crystal. Kid Icarus is on speed booster. I'm not sure why. But they did pick up another speed super missile pack. Alright, Farfalu has finished off Ganon. Alright, so Farfalu still needs to go in the complete Desert Palace before he can, and Misery Mire before he can, they can face off against Mother Brain. Although once they do the, although MM2 probably might beat Farflu to Mother Brain since MM2 already has all of the tokens already. It's just a matter of them beating the bosses. Alright, well, Kid Icarus is down going to face off against Crocomire. So they're going to pick up their Quake medallion. Sky is checking the King's Tomb in the graveyard. Picks up another piece of a heart. Woo! MM2 only had half a heart for a moment there. Alright, Kid Icarus picks up their Quake. I did not see if MM2 pick up ice, to be honest. But since it's such an easy find, I would have presumed MM2 did pick it up. Ooh, if Farflu better be careful. Although they're also low on arrows, so they haven't so they can't just use the bow on the arrows either. Alright, so that leaves Farflu that just needs to do the Desert Palace, and then they're off to Mother Brain. Speaking of, we also have Kid Icarus also doing the Desert Palace now. So they might go in and give each other a high five. If not, hold hands. This guy's in the basement of Thieves Town, about to pick up the maiden, and then face off for the fight against Blind. MM2 having the rematch with Mini Moldorm King. Ooh, almost got knocked off there. Ben made use of the hookshot invincibility, and then a final swing that kills off Moldorm King. Farflu is going to be the first one to face off against Mother Brain. As they're right outside the Sandworm boss door, while MM2 is still trying to face off against Agatu. Speaking of bosses, we just have Sky just finish off Blind the Thief, and that gives them their another crystal for them. Alright, Farflu has reset and is now going to start on the Metroid ship. No, yep, no speed booster. Looks like the Sky is still, Spy and Kid Icarus are still looking for their sword upgrades. Sky is now checking K45. Kid Icarus is about to face off against the sandworm bosses. Yeah, they're both still on just on the fighter sword, so they're probably have to be on the hunt for swords. Well, and M2 is facing off against Ganon, making use of the spin attacks against the wall to get for a double hit of spin attack damage. Farfelu is now entering Torian. Thankfully, you don't with this randomizer, you don't have to watch the G4 cutscene. Let's see how Farfelu does the Metroid rooms. They do not have wave. First Metroid 1 was pretty smoothly and quick. Metroid 2, nicely done. It's noticeably slower though, since Farflu does not have speed booster. And then Metroid 4 it generally feels like a freebie, as it's not that very easy to learn how to quickly do that. That was bombs and charge on bombs. I wonder if Farflu would do the clockwise baby skip. And empties out their reserve tank. Oh no, Farflu is is already letting them get drained out by the. So they're going to skip the baby. They're going to let themselves get carried by the baby. Oh. That's interesting. Farflu likes to do a crystal flash instead of going for the energy recharge station. I mean, obviously it costs them a lot of ammo, but other than the super, he still has tons of ammo, and other than the supers, it's not really going to affect them on a brain fight. Alright, Farfelu, remembering without wave beam, the ice sub skip is a little bit more picky. You have to go underneath the platform and aim up if you don't have wave in order to be able to freeze the Rinka in the right position. They also had turn off screw attack back in the baby room, so that they don't lose the visibility frames. Otherwise, they would have had to do the down back, which is a lot harder. Or at least it can be. Some people find it easier. In fact, it's probably a more personal. Well, Kid Icarus making quick work of the Knights of Eastern Palace with their silver arrows. Guys, and just ventured into Misery Mire. Let's see if Emmett. Oh, Emmett Farflu is already finished. Is already entering phase 3 of the Mother Brain. As we saw him quickly damage himself down. MM2 is now. Looks like MM2 might try for a baby skip. Unfortunately, only got like 1 or 2 jumps. Did the old style baby skip instead of the stachio skip, where you go counterclockwise. Unfortunately, I think that's a little bit harder without speed booster. So MM2 is probably going to have to go for the energy refill, but then they do have enough E-tanks that they might try for the stand-up glitch. While Farflu did not have enough, it was short 1 E-tank to do that. Alright, Farflu watching the cutscene. MM2 doing a moonfall down to the Mother Brain room. Oh, MM2 was able to get the down back skip, zip skip. Nicely done. And Sky is making able to use quick use of their silver arrows and holding out their sword out to keep they're able to strafe the boss down. Nice, well done there. And Firefly has completely done. Killed off Mother Brain 3, so it's just an escape for them. And maybe they save the animals if they feel like it. And since they don't have speed booster, they kind of have to do a little bit more roundabout route in their escape. And they'll also have to do practice the climb on their way out. Alright, MM2 is finish off Mother Brain 2. Looks like they're successfully getting the Mother Brain glitch. As soon as Mother Brain turns gray, MM2 can immediately start knocking down Mother Brain 3's health. Although they do have to make sure they're in the air after the baby detaches itself, so Samus doesn't get locked into the kneeling state again. Oh, Farflu is going to save the animals. Sky is in Turtle Rock now. Oof. I'm wondering if Sky and Kid Icarus are really worried about where their sword upgrade is at. Alright, M2 has finished off Mother Brain 3. Farflu is about to get on the ship after saving the animals. And then there we go. Farflu is the first to finish with a time of 2 hours, 14 seconds, and 49 seconds. Although according, let's see, is that the same as race time? 14:49. Yeah, that's the same as what race time has. All right, we're switching to MM2's audio. Oh, there's some very nice wall jumps up the climb there by MM2. Alright. Alright, no animal saving for MM2. He's saving the frames. Because time is money, friend. Alright, so MM2 just complete stair run at 2 hours 16 minutes and 19 seconds. So almost that's a fairly good run for both of those runners. I definitely feel like a jet seed out of them. And we're now joined by MMM2 and Farfalu. Welcome. Congratulations on your finish and win.
Thank you. Yeah, slightly disappointed. I dislike dying to Ganon and Mothula. But yeah, find it funny. We would have been like right on top of each other if I didn't die twice. But that's what happens when your partner hogs all the mail upgrades and all the heart containers.
I don't think I saw those stats, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, probably my internet just covered it up. Thanks, Comcast.
Your restream at least was very cursed.
Yeah, it was lovely. I love Comcast. Yeah, you can blame Comcast for all my internet problems because they provide excellent internet service. Obvious. Yeah, my internet was not great.
We should we call them? We could name them Cursed Cast or something.
If you like.
One thing I've noticed is that it did look like, at least early on, it did look like you were getting all the E-tanks in them too, but barely any hearts, whereas Farfalu was like the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Farfalu stole all the heart containers, so I stole the E-tanks.
But that aside, overall, it definitely looked like you were making it look like a jet seed. I mean, did that feel like that for you too, or were it just like?
This is like a bit faster than average. Like this is around our average time.
Oh,
yeah. The thing is that almost last location area for Go was bad, but having gravity from the start with space and square attack made the movement so easy. So I didn't even care. I had less than 2 E-tanks for more than 1 hour.
Yeah.
I don't feel the danger at all with the attack, and if I take a hit with gravity, it shouldn't be the end of the world.
Oh, so we found where the last sword upgrade location was. It was in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Farfalu got that one.
We both have tempered, but it's not the same tempered. I skipped that one in Hera and one in Rock.
Yeah, I was considering getting it, but I dislike Gold Sword, so I just skipped it out of principle. It's borderline whether it's faster or not if you don't suck at Ganon like me.
Yeah,
So.
I remember in one of your previous. I think I might have been. I'm not sure if I was commenting on that run, but I remember you commenting how, at your level of play, Gold Sword didn't feel like that much of a boost. It didn't feel like that much of a.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't. Like, it helps. It saves time on Trinex. It saves time on Cold Stare, and it helps on a couple other bosses. But outside of that, it doesn't really do much for you. Tempered's the big one. So
yeah, especially since as I recall this, that was tempered. You're no longer forced to do nothing but spin attacks.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, for me, I'm nowhere near an expert Zelda player, so yeah, Gold Sword's probably a lot more beneficial for someone like me. But yeah, my understanding was, as you said previously, Gold Sword's just not much of a boost for an expert level player like yourself.
Yeah.
At any points where you any other points that you felt were pretty high or low in the run?
Obviously the getting the cane part. We got hammer, and we did our once we got morph, we did our early game stuff, and then we decided to have Farfalu do Meridia because he had CF ammo, so he could do Dark World via the Meridia portal with a CF clip, which we were fine having him do. And then then I was going to do Norfair, but then I found hammer, and I was like, well, crap. I guess I'll just do Bubble Mountain because it's pretty dense, and we'll do it anyway. And then Farfalu's doing Meridia. He finds mids. We're like, oh, okay. Well, I guess we're not doing that CF clip after all.
Yeah, I saw Farfalu heading towards me, and I was like, oh, he's doing the CF clip. He's totally doing CF clip because he kept his health low the whole time. So I'm like, he's totally doing CF clip. And then suddenly at the last moment, he's like, nope, not doing it. And I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, it was it's faster to not do CF clip and not kill bots when you can avoid it. And the plan was for me to do that. It's a backdoor Meridia and get my mitts and kill Dragon at that point. And then there was no good time to do Plasma Shack, so we just didn't do Plasma Shack ever. And
it worked out for Shack, but not so much for Plasma.
Yeah, it sucks, but I mean, what can you do?
We also decided to not CF clip after all, because at that point I don't think I had Plasma Beam, so CF clip would eat supers, and then the bot won't fight. If I'm perfect, it's another 10 supers. That was rough on ammo, so we just decided, well, we can come from the back and if the bot won't fight, and I will have 20 more supers in my pocket. That was another part of consideration.
Oh yeah, ammo management.
Yeah, and the low health, well, I did not have any control on this. MM2 was stealing all the and
yeah,
it's like this.
Yeah.
How much did the MM2 stealing all the E-tanks affected you, Farfalu?
Oh, not at all. With
I mean, it was pretty. I mean, for most of
my mail saved me a lot more than I should. I red mail a lot more than E.
Yeah, I definitely having low health in Link to the Past, I feel like affects you a lot more than having low E-tanks in Super Metroid, especially once you get past one E-tank. Once you're on to 2 E-tanks, you're not really worried about health all that much, unless you're doing a ton of Shine Sparks or fighting Dragon or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I've kind of done. This is that running Super Metroid. Once you have unless like you said, it's unless you're doing certain areas where you do Shine Sparks, E-tanks are not a huge concern. I mean, maybe a mid-level or lower level player might want some extra E-tanks for say Ridley or Mother Brain, but even then you don't need a huge amount, especially once you have both suits.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. What was I thinking? Yeah, Kane sucks. It sucks. It's how it is. But yeah, I just happened to do Swamp first, and then we had other things that we wanted me to do, and I honestly can't remember what they were, but I'm sure they were important. And then then Farfalu did. Yeah, then Farfalu did Swamp into Dragon, and then he could do Plasma Shack, and then we found Go Mode, and we were sad.
And the Ganon Tower went pretty easily, and especially since BK was pretty early on, just as well. So that was pretty. And then I noticed how you both decided to kind of split up your efforts after once you were down to the last dungeons.
Yeah.
Let's see if. Okay, so. While we're still seeing Kid Icarus and Sky wrapping up their runs, we did see that on race time. We have another team have completed their run. The Bear Share team of Tony and Polar Bear Bunny. It looks like they completed just within a minute of you. MM2.
Yeah,
That's
it's
interesting.
like a minute and 16 seconds. It was quite close. GG's to Bearshire. They beat us last time, so and that was like the first time we've lost a co-op weekly that we did since the co-op tournament ended like over a year ago. So yeah, Bearshire definitely a really good team. Not to mention also friends of mine. But yeah, I'm glad we took back the title this time. But yeah, I don't have too much else to say. GG's to everybody, and hopefully the increased co-op in the weeklies is well received, because I'm enjoying it. And I know a bunch of other people are.
It was fun to watch, although very hectic to try to keep track of. Both myself and the trackers have been like, well, I mean, it might have been partly your cursed screen, your cursed connection to blame, but we keep coming like, wait, MM2 has this item. Wait, MM2 has that item too.
Yeah, sucks when you have. I've tracked bad internet connections before. My condolences to whichever tracker was tracking me, Craze Gamer and Razor Flamecoon. Don't know who's tracking what, but yeah.
I think Crazy Gamer was tracking right side, and then the other one was tracking you two.
Okay, but yeah, my condolences to the trackers for having to deal with Comcast and my internet connection. But yeah, GG's everybody. I think I'm gonna pop off soon because I enjoy sleeping.
All right, you have a good night's rest then, there, MM2. And if you have any final remarks, Farfalu?
Well, just Speed Gaming for hosting, and yeah, thank you for the comms, and sorry I don't know for the trackers, but yeah, thanks for the restream, and for the next pop race.
All right, well, thanks for racing, and congrats once more on your finish. All right, so back to Sky and Kid Icarus. Or team, this one at the Flute Camp. Let's just call that Flute. Let's just call them Team Flute Camp. Team Flute. All right, both of them are in Ganon's Tower. Kid Icarus is on their way to grabbing the big key. Sky is already up a few floors into the tower. All right, they have their big key, grabbing another small key for the for use in scaling up the tower itself. Oh, interestingly, it looks like Kid Icarus is gonna do some more chest search. Maybe hoping for some more quality of life. Yeah, that would make some most sense. Mega is looking for another sword. Unfortunately, both the swords are in. The other two swords are either in Swamp Palace, in the section that they skipped, or in Tower of Era, which they also skipped. All right, looks like Sky is about to have the rematch against the Sandworms. If I remember the map layout. Yep, I was right. Oh, Kid Icarus wanted the magic cape. That must have been it. They wanted to be fabulous. They wanted that fabulous cape. That must have been it. Okay, Sky, in that one room, I always think it's remarkable when they are able to kill like 3 of those skillful wizards. It was one burst of the was the King of Samaria. If only because I'm nowhere close to doing that yet. I'm a Super Metroid runner, not a Zelda 3 runner. All right. Looks like Mega Kid Icarus is gonna grab some fairies because they do need the help. Oh. Sky is deciding they want to play it safe and put a few fairies in a bottle. Oh. Mega Kid Icarus has unleashed their Pregnant Pyro. Yeah. And made them said to burn them all. They have half magic, so this is not so it's probably not much of an issue for them, and it's, I mean, makes these rooms a lot easier to get through instead of having to deal with all these conveyor belts and I-beam towers. And looks like Sky is having the pinball experience for a while there, as they were constantly knocked around by those bumpers on the conveyor belts. Alright, Mega Kid Icarus is about to have their rematch against the Sandworms after burning everything in his path. While Sky's facing off against Aga too. Got 2 hits in there for Aga on Aga. Alright, Sky has finished off Aga 2. Another question, I suppose, is will Sky go straight off into Ganon, or just try to beat him Ganon with a Master Sword, or if they're going to do a sword hunt? Although, considering how wide open where that, as far as they know, the sword could be, they'll probably just like to just like go for the try for a sword kill, Master Sword kill. Yep, this guy's going for it. Now, with just a Master Sword, Sky is forced to do nothing to spin attacks in order to damage Ganon. Regular attacks will not do any damage. And since it's Master Sword level, they're gonna have to do a lot more hits than if it was a tempered sword, like what the Team Farflu and MM2 would have needed to do, as per or just commentary, prior commentary we had with them. So this is going to make for a much harder fight for Sky here. So thankfully they do have silver arrows, so that will make the final stage a lot easier. I imagine doing silver with Ganon with Sun, just the Master Sword is probably not something pleasant. Then again, the earlier Firebird stages like these ones, it's a lot harder to dodge. Like if you start feeling like you're playing bullet hell instead of a different game. Whereas once you get to the final stage, it's just a single Firebird. Yep. Don't use the blue potion. Use your invincibility. Sky, use your invincibility. Use your don't you have the blue cane? Or that magic cape? Don't use your prep your blue. You should use that instead of your blue potion. Yeah, he has the blue cane. He should. Well, oh jeez. Took some really nasty hits there after using that blue, the blue potion. It's already back down to 2 hearts. Come on, Sky, you can do it. Oh. Sky takes a death, an unfortunate death. Mega Kikarus is able to get past Troll Dorm 2. Guys, unfortunately, it's looking like they'll have to see about getting some more potions. Unfortunately, they're a little bit short on funds for potions. Yeah, they can only buy. This guy can only buy 1 blue potion. He's gonna have to hope that's enough. Work. I mean, walking and getting a fairy. Alright, Mega Kikarus has finished off Aga 2. Well, it looks like you called it, Greased Gamer. Sky did got himself a fairy. But it looks like Mega Kikarus, probably hearing Sky's unfortunate fairy. I mean, of unfortunate fate, is gonna restock on some supplies here, on some potions, and maybe grab a fairy. Also, perhaps coincidentally, Kid Icarus has a model of a fairy. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay, they were okay. So Kid Icarus bought a quick green potion to refill their magic meter, and then bought a blue potion. Alright, Sky's been having their rematch against Ganon, making use of that hook shot invincibility frames to evade damage from that thrown trident. Well, looks Mega Kid Icarus will probably have a little bit of a harder fight, as they have fewer hearts. And is that just blue mail? Because I'm not. Because their hearts are different and they're not colored red, so they might actually have much less, half the health of Sky. Less than half the health of Sky. Depending on how the math of the damage reduction works. Alright, both Sky and Mega Kikarus in the same stage of Ganon. Alright, Mega Kikarus swapped to their cape, making use of that invincibility. they also help by the fact they have half magic, so they can take their. So now Kid Icarus can safely charge up their sword and do attack. Unfortunately, it does a quick number on their magic meter. Alright. So both of, okay, so it looks like Sky remembers he has a magic cape, and so both runners are making use of their invincibility items. Alright, Sky now has a slight lead. Able, as the first splash of the flooring has well, 2 patches now. I got 3 patches of flooring has fallen away for Sky. Just a few more hits, and he'll be in the final phase. And I think that's when nothing. Yep. Okay, Sky's in the final phase. Let's see. Does he get the lamp glitch? No, he does not, unfortunately. So that you'll have to watch his magic. But now things are going to be a little bit easier for Sky, as now he just has to, since he can just finish off again with the silver arrows. Kid Icarus is now in the final phase as well. Let's see if they can get the torch glitch. Yep, Kid Icarus is able to get it. We'll spam that fire rod to do so. So from here, both Sky and Kid Icarus should have it, unless something goes catastrophic. Knock on wood. Oh, Sky just misses by a hair. I feel like he was robbed. I feel like this guy was robbed that hit. Alright, Mega Kick Icarus. Oh, we have a simultaneous kill of Ganon for both runners. And welcome, viewers of Speed Gaming 3. I hope you had an enjoyable race there on your end. You're coming in on the final stretch of our Super Metroid weekly Super Metroid and Link to the Past Randomizer. We've been running on co-op hard. As you can see, our left side team of MM2 and Farflu has already finished. We're just wrapping up with our team. Right side of Sky and Mega Kid Icarus. They were having a bit of a tough Ganon fight as they only had the Master Sword. But now they only need to face off against Mother Brain. Okay, looks like Mega Kid Icarus is going for a ship refill. So, as you may have noticed, neither runner has a speed booster. We did not find it anywhere. Probable locations could have been maybe one of the pendant palaces, like could have been the Ice Palace, could be Shacktool. No idea. I don't think anyone's going to bother checking. Alright. Oh, this guy's going for a... I'm just gonna let all the Metroids grab him. Sky, don't you have Ice Beam, right? What are you doing? Yeah, Ice Beam. And it's not like he doesn't have regular bombs. That was like one of the first pickups. Oh, Sky only has Ice Beam. That's it. Discharge Ice. So that's gonna. So the Sky's gonna be pretty dependent on their 55 super their missiles for the Winter Brain 2. Big Kid Icarus does have the fallback of his charged Spazer, but probably end up using most of their super, mostly ammo for Mother Brain, because I'm pretty sure that's a higher DPS than even a charged Spazer. Looks like Sky was going for a baby skip, but totally did not get it. Then again, I do believe a speedless baby skip is extremely difficult. Make it a kicker or something in her hand. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna bother. I'm just kind of like, yeah, just here. Let me make it here. Let me help you. I'll give you a helping hand, baby. Okay. Alright, because Kid Icarus doesn't have Wave Beam, they're electing to use Power Bombs to clear out all the vines, moss. Does Sky remember he doesn't? Oh. Sky is actually electing to shoot down all of the Zepatites. Probably does not realize he can still do the Ice Zep skip. I'm pretty sure if you just aim, remember, as I said for I think it was Farfalu, if you just aim up, the ice, you can still freeze the Rinka in the right spot, even despite not having Wave Beam. And Mega Kid Icarus is doing the same thing despite having Ice Beam. Actually, didn't Mega Kid? I don't think either of those two pick up Wave Beam. That I think about it, or check what Spike Cave where Wave Beam was located. All right, so Sky is doing a missile reload. I mentioned. What are you doing, Mega Kid? Are you just breaking the glass, Kid Icarus? Hello? Looks like Mega Kicker feels they can that since they have charged Spazer, Ice Spazer, they don't need to go for a missile refill. Alright, so Kid Icarus is out of ammo. It's gonna have to use Charged Spazer, Ice Spazer. Ooh, got hit by the catch-up beam. Which makes me thinking, when perhaps in hindsight, they probably should have used saved their supers for last, maybe? Or maybe just like you do a few charge shots to dent, emptying out their supers. I doubt anyone wants to do them. Oh, like Sky. Oh, Sky is doing exactly that. They're doing a few charge ice shots, and now they're using all their missiles. Because I don't think Sky wants another harder than it needs to be last boss fight. Do a few, because yeah, doing charge ice during the catch-up phase when you can just do super missiles. I think I'd much rather do the super missiles. Well, okay, Chris is able to get to Mother Brain 2, finish off Mother Brain 2, so they're good. Sky is now in the catch-up phase. Oh, yep. And they just finished off Mother Brain 2. Looks like they did just enough charge ice shots so that they, just as they ran out of super missiles, Mother Brain 2 was completed. So, well done for Sky. Well done to both runners for getting through the catch-up phase with a less than optimal setup. Or let me say, not less than optimal, but like a below standard setup. Alright. We have Mother Brain 3. Make a kick kickers is going for a very aggressive in-your-face hyper beam strat. Helps cut down on the lag, but you have to make sure you're kind of precise on your movements. You can make sure Mother Brain stays stun locked, because Mother Brain definitely knows that things are really desperate for her. Once Samus back in that hyper beam, she will be very aggressive if you don't stun lock her. Mega Kid Icarus is making their escape. As MM2 and Farflu before us, they're having to do a more roundabout route since they don't have speed booster. Alright, both runners are now doing the escape. Alright, Mega Kid Icarus is back in the climb. They're going to do that, practice their wall jumps. Sky's just one room behind them. Alright, let's go. Make a Kid Icarus is in the parlor. Sky's almost to their climb. We'll see how they make their how they do their climb. Okay, we're getting the animal rescue by Kid Icarus. We're gonna save some animals. Alright. This guy is now in the parlor. They're quickly making their way through it. Oop, take a slight fall there. Mega Kid Icarus is getting hit by some steam, but is gonna avoid it by space jumping. They're on the ship. Sky is going to do some animal saving of his own. So we have a double animal rescue here. The canon ending, I should add. For anyone that you'll know, as anyone can see in Metroid Fusion. All right, there we go. A few steam, Sky makes it to the ship and completes their run. So, Mega Kid Icarus has an official ending time of 2 hours, 55 minutes, and 28 seconds, with Sky being about 40 seconds behind them. Right behind them. So, fairly good run. Definitely a sub-hour, which is a really amazing run, right? And for any SMZ3 runner. And we're now joined by Sky, and it looks like we'll be joined by Mega Kid Icarus in just a short moment. Welcome to the channel, Sky. Hi, congratulations on your finish.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. It was interesting.
What's your initial thoughts on the feed?
I said to Mega Kid Icarus probably about 45 minutes ago. I'm curious. Oops, let me dot done. Sorry about that. I'm curious where we missed the obvious swords or beams. Because
Where were the
that's probably a
swords?
thing.
Yeah, we actually saw them.
You did? Okay.
Okay, so the other two swords, one was in Swamp West Side.
Okay, which I purposefully skipped. Shouldn't have.
The other sword, the last sword, was in Tower of Era.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't
As
touch
for
that.
beams, that's a bit more awkward because Wave Beam was in Spike Cave. And then Plasma, I'll be honest, I forget. We did see where it was, but I forget, but it slips my mind. Maybe someone in chat remembers. I do know it was not too... Oh, right. Skullwood's under the bridge.
Gotcha,
It was in,
okay.
it was in that last chest of Skullwoods. Was Plasma Beam. So, although I did notice that neither of you did the ice zip skip.
Yeah, I've never done. I don't run Super Metroid Vanilla, and I'm certainly not able to do low percent ice or anything like that. So I figured better safe than dying.
Fair enough.
Break them and go back, spend the extra couple minutes.
Generally, if I remember correctly, if you don't have wave, generally you just have to go under and shoot up.
Yeah,
don't have
and
wave.
even with full loadout, I never do the first zeb anyway. I usually do the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it works there or not. I've never tried.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm more on the Super Metroid side, so that's fair. I mean, from my perspective, it was really nice to see your Zelda movement, especially in the Ganon's Tower, because that's always because I mean, kind of like how you're stumbling around in Super Metroid. I'm kind of like I'm the one that ends up stumbling around in Ganon's Tower and taking twice as long.
Yeah, which is funny. I'd usually consider myself to be a little bit stronger on the SM side, but I guess I just had an off night there tonight.
I mean, that always happens. I mean, I had a few nights where I'm running Super Metroid, and it's just fail. I just die every single run. And we're now, all right. We now have Mega Kid Icarus. Welcome to the chat, and congratulations on your finish as well. Oh, I think we heard you. Did you get your mic working? Yeah, okay, so Mega Kid Icarus did say his mic was having issues.
Can you hear me?
Sort of. I mean, you're lighting up, and I'm hearing like a tapping noise.
Is that better?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. I think I just had it on push to talk and forgot the key.
Oh, that happens.
Yep.
Again, welcome to the restream, and congratulations on your finish. Any initial thoughts on the seed?
I like the early gravity. I like the early flippers. I wish there were some more swords that were found and beams that were found along the way.
Yeah, it definitely felt like it was a pretty smooth seed, but unfortunately, as we discussed with Sky, it kind of went went extra rough. The last boss for you two kind of went extra rough since you didn't find a lot of the beams were sword upgrades.
Yeah. Was there one that was super obvious that we missed along the way?
I wouldn't say not really. Well, there was probably one. There were some that were along the way. I would say the closest that's like that could be considered obvious was that plasma was in that last chest at Skull Woods under the bridge.
Oh. I knew.
And then there was a sword at Left Side Swamp, which we were talking about, and I decided to skip as I was going through there.
Yeah, a classic skip.
Now you're the only ones. Now let's see. The other sword grave, as I told Sky, was in Town of Arrow, so that was a little bit more out of your way. And then the wave beam was in Spike Cave, was also out of your way. But those, but the plasma beam and those two, that left side swamp for a sword upgrade was probably like the most closest, probably the most easiest to grab that you end up skipping.
Yeah, and I think for me, I was the first one to go through there, and I hadn't gotten Samaria yet, and I don't know the bomb diver down. I think that was probably because I would usually check that. I think. Especially in a solo seed, but yeah, I think that was probably what led to my decision to skip that.
Yeah, same. I think what ended up being the choice not to go to Hera, because there was at one point where I think there was some consideration for a Hera, where we were looking for Samaria. We weren't sure where that was. I ended up going to Palace of Darkness, finding the silver arrows, and going off somewhere else that wasn't a pendant dungeon. So I think for as far as Hera is concerned,
yeah, I definitely felt like yeah, it was definitely a very obviously a very rough Ganon fight, which is just the master scout, especially when we saw Sky taking that death there. That was really unfortunate. And even then, it was just like you could see how it's a really hard fight with just a master sword.
Yeah, and I was trying to be a little bit more aggressive. Obviously, that cost me the second time. I took it a little bit safer, I think.
But thankfully, you guys, you did find the silver arrow. So I feel like once you got to that final phase, you're like, okay, you're relatively safe.
Yeah, I think if we had the swords, I probably wouldn't have gone out of the way to pick those up, but since we only had fighter sword and we were so far into the seed, I figured better to detour and pick up the silvers. I just wish I didn't screw up the jump across to the big chest so many times, because that probably cost me a couple minutes too.
Oh, were you the one that's what I was trying to do, the bomb jump?
Yeah, I just learned that like a week ago, so I was trying to use that, and it didn't work out too well. So back to the practice hack.
I can relate, because there's times where you like I'll learn a new trick and then I'll go into practice hack and I'll start getting it like 10 times in a row. I'm like, oh sweet, I got this, and then you try it in the run and you can't get it. You're like, what the heck?
There is, to me, I think there's one thing when performing a trick in private when no one's watching, and then being in the limelight and just having those nerves from the limelight.
Yeah, there's definitely a part of it is that, when you're actually doing a run, you have the whole run, the nerves of the run itself on you. Like, if you have a good pace going, okay, then you have the nerves of going at a good pace. Or if you have it going badly, then you're like, I already effed up the run.
Yeah.
Kind of thing going on.
I think probably if you saw me moving around in a fairly confused kind of way, I I even posted in the Discord, but my tracker crashed like an hour before the run, and I was trying to figure it out, so I had to uninstall it, reinstall it. So my tracker wasn't basically working the entire run. So if I was walking around confused, it's because I couldn't remember what I had and hadn't checked.
Oh, jeez.
Not to blame anything, but that certainly had me a little bit more frazzled than pretty much anything else.
Like SMZ3 has like what 300 checks. That's just
Yeah.
that's going to be really hard to keep track of. I mean, from my experience, I'd be completely lost if I didn't have my emo tracker keeping track of it, telling me, okay, this is where everything is. This is where you can check, and it's just like way too much.
Yeah, it wasn't auto tracking, and I couldn't manually click anything. So
Oh gosh.
that was what, like 30 or 40 minutes in that happened.
Oh dang.
I just
Yeah, that would be a real pain because then that's way too many. That's way many too many things to try to keep track of.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I just looked at my emo tracker and I realized I wasn't tracking this whole time or auto tracking this whole time.
Oof.
I mean, it worked out, but
we made it.
We made it. Yeah.
In the end, you still did a 3 hour on a hard seat, so that's still pretty good.
Yeah.
I've yet to get. On my good day, I'll get like a 4 hour on a normal. So, kudos for both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for comms. Thank you for tracking, for the restream. Always fun.
Well, I believe so. Yeah. Is there any other final remarks from you two, or is that everything?
That's it for me.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
All right.
That's
Well,
all.
thanks for both of you again for giving us a great race, and best of luck in your future runs and races.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.